Our next inductee marked a milestone this year by calling his 500th consecutive football game for Northwest Missouri State University. He's also an educator, helping shape the next generation of broadcasters. So it's time for a coffee break. Let's roll the video and learn more about John Coffey.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bearcat Stadium, Will Churchman Field on the Northwest Missouri State campus. I'm John Coffey.
John's voice is synonymous with all the major moments in Northwest athletics.
For me, that's the only voice I've ever heard when it comes to Bearcat athletic.
Every time I'd pick up that phone and I'd hear John's voice, it was like I get a little rush because, you know, it's game day.
John was the consummate professional when it came to on-air broadcasting, and John's never been a homer.
John presents a real picture of what's going on in the game. He just tells it like it is.
I remember when I got to campus, turning on the radio. I've always been a radio nerd, and I heard John's voice, and I thought, wow, this guy's our announcer? He's really good. And I think he's got a professional sound. He doesn't have a small market sound at all.
Kind of crazy to be alongside him and be one of his longest tenured partners, but the guy's phenomenal at what he does, and I've learned so much from him. Trying to be a Bearcat broadcaster, but being that professional, unbiased tone throughout a game too. Like it's very easy to skew one way, but he is so good at staying middle of the road. If it's a big play, regardless of which team does it, he makes that moment feel big.
John, when you came up to me and asked me if I'd stop by your office to go over some tapes, that meant the world to me. And for the next 4.5 years, a little victory lap in there. For the next 4.5 years, I would go to your office with my tapes of my really bad broadcasts, and you would help me get better every time.
I think a lot of the things I learned was always go into a situation prepared. You can never be over-prepared. John always had more notes, always more stats than he thought he would need for the broadcast. Equipment was always ready, it was packed up, it was neat, it was tidy. Just a lot of those skills and tactics like that really carried over to me.
When I was a student at Northwest and we'd be coming up through the student radio station, at the time it kind of felt like a hierarchy that you'd get into doing sports at the student radio station, you work at KXCV, and then if you played your cards right, you become a sideline reporter for the Bearcat radio network. And so different times of kind of going in and trying to establish a relationship with John so he knew who I was, so I could get hired as a senior to be part of the Bearcat radio network. Now you take those further steps to, you know, when some things were being reshuffled and how the broadcast team was going to work, when he gave that call and said, hey, would you want to come on and start with doing home games?
I remember a conversation I had with Denny when I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go to school. I had no idea what I was doing. And I said, where do I go to school? He goes, look, you're not going to learn how to be a good announcer in a classroom. You need to go somewhere where you can get hands-on experience, and that's what's going to make you better. So I ended up at Northwest Missouri State, and he was right. It was the experience of doing games. And it's not just the reps. It's finding somebody that can help you get the most out of those reps. And that was you.
Just like I said, more than anything else, not only is John so professional and he does a great job, all that, but John's a good friend. You know, I mean, he's. I always felt like I could trust John.
You know, you're taking 6-hour road trips down to Oklahoma, 5 hours across going to Fort Hays. You're taking a 7-hour road trip to Indiana. Other than my wife, John Coffey is like the person I talk to the most in life right now. Like, we are always together, so we have had a good friendship, great rapport. We have had a lot of fun working together. I hope he's enjoyed it as much as I have. Obviously, all the games and the memories, the wins are phenomenal, but like all the little things in between I think is what's made it really special.
Congratulations, John, on your induction into the Missouri Broadcaster Sports Hall of Fame. You are well deserved. You have led so many students through the doors of KXCV and out into the world. And I know I wouldn't be where I am today without your support and your encouragement throughout the years. And it's good. It's been great to know you not only as a mentor, but as a friend. And thanks for all you've done.
John, congratulations. You and Denny are two of the most impactful people on my broadcasting career.
John was never setting out to be a Hall of Famer. He was just trying to put his best foot forward every single broadcast. So this is truly an honor that has been earned. And it's made even more special by the fact that he's going in with his mentor, Sharon. They were so tight. I know this means a whole lot to John and his family and just the entire Northwest Missouri State community.
Please join me in welcoming John Coffey into the NBA Hall of Fame.
I think I'm really the most surprised person to receive this honor. When Chad gave me a call in December when they were notifying people that they were going into the Hall of Fame, he called and to let me know that Sharon was going in. And I could not have been happier at that time, because you've heard from various people the impact she's had on a lot of people's lives, and she had an impact on mine very much as well. After I received that phone call, went in and talked to Patty Holly, who was on that video, and we just were ecstatic at that point. Then about an hour later, I'm on my way home, driving in Maryville, and I get a call from John Rooney. And John's telling me the same thing, that Sharon's going into the Hall of Fame. And first thing I thought of was that maybe Chad and John ought to kind of talk together just a little bit here, because Chad just told me that about an hour earlier. And then he said, "Oh, by the way, you're going in as well." And it's a good thing that traffic in Maryville during its rush minute is very light, because I about drove off the road at that particular point. This is an honor that I never in wildest dreams thought I would receive. And it's been a passion of mine to be in radio ever since I was a young kid. It just always seemed like it was magic coming out of that receiver, and grow up in Missouri and be a sports fan and be able to just turn the radio one direction and hear from St. Louis, Harry Carey, Jack Buck, Mike Shannon, then turn it the other direction. Hear Denny Matthews, Buddy Blattner, Fred White. They just put on a clinic every night on how to do a broadcast, and it's just a great learning experience listening to those guys, and always wanted to be someone like that. And again, just to be able to be in this profession all these years has been something truly special. And again, I just am completely surprised about receiving this honor. And I want to thank so many people that have helped me along the way, and hopefully I can get everybody thanked and not forget anybody. But first of all, my parents, Garney and Charlene, are here, and I think you can probably count on one hand the number of broadcasts that they've missed in my career. They're always there to listen and have been so supportive of my career, and again, that means so much. Look over at my table there, and my cousins, Kim and Brant, are here. My stepdaughter, Patty, is here as well, and so many friends here. I'm surprised to see my old college roommate make it. I didn't know he was going to be here, and DJ. And another college buddy of mine is Brian Main, who's also here. And again, such a important to have so many friends that are here. That means so much to me. And again, it's just a honor I didn't know that I'd ever receive. But one of the things that makes tonight so special for me is to go in with Sharon. Again, she played such a role in my life, not only as a student, but as you heard what she does with so many of the students that came through, but to be able to turn around and be on her staff meant so much to me as well. And there's just a handful of people that had that opportunity. A couple of those are here, Mike Johnson, John McGuire, and they know what she means to the people that have had a chance to work with her. And again, I've been blessed as a general manager to have the best staff in radio, I feel. Hannah Staggs is here, Matt Tritton, who you saw in that video, and we do spend a lot of time together. Matter of fact, he moved about 2 doors down from where I live, so we see even more each other at times. So, but again, they were so special. We just brought Sam Reeves on. He's going to do a great job for us, and a new news director coming in, Bill Oliver. He's a Northwest grad. I had a chance to go to college with him, so it's just great to have so many wonderful people I go to work with every day. So Again, this is an honor I didn't think I'd ever have, and it just means so much to me to be up here today and to be honored by such a great organization as the Missouri Broadcasters Association. Thank you.
John Coffey.